Hello, my name is Muhammad Tar. I'm from Mr. Quick's class 11A, and today I'll explain for you what is step 4 from the writing process. But before we go to step 4, I will explain what is the writing process. The writing process is a process from 7 steps to write a complete essay and organize your thoughts in it. The first 4 steps is organizing your thoughts, and the last 3 is writing the real essay. The first step is understanding the question. Understanding the question, you need to understand what the question wants from you to answer it correctly. And the second step is brainstorming. Brainstorming is when you write what position you would take in this question. And step 3 is the thesis statement. It's the most important sentence in the whole essay because you write the main ideas of the essay in it. Step 4 is the outline. The outline is where you put all of your thoughts about what you write in the body paragraph and organize it. It will help you to write much faster, and it will make you recognize what point you can use and what you can't, because there are sometimes that there is a point you want to write but you don't have evidence or points or examples to support it. The outline should contain the thesis, the sub-main idea, and the points and examples, and the conclusion at the last box. There are 4 elements for the outline. The first element is the thesis or the main idea. The second element is sub-main idea. Third element is points. Fourth element, evidence or examples. The first element is the thesis or the main idea that we've mentioned in step 3. You only copy it in step 4. And the second element is sub-main idea. The sub-main idea are the reasons that you mention in the thesis. The third element is points, are sentences that supports your sub-main idea. And the fourth element is evidence and examples, are sentences that support your points. The outline should be done as a diagram, like the one you can see here. This one has 8 rows because it's a 5-paragraph essay outline, but if you want a 4-paragraph essay outline, you can make it 6 rows, or you can add more if you want to make a longer essay. And here you write the thesis, here you write the sub-main idea, here you write points and evidences, and here you write the conclusion, like the one you can see right now. Thesis, sub-main idea, points, examples or evidence, and conclusion. Each two rows after the thesis are sub-main idea and example and evidence and points, and it continues like this until the conclusion. Now let's try writing an outline on this question. In some countries, teenagers have jobs while they are still students. Do you think this is a good idea? First, you should write the first 3 steps of the writing process, and then you should write the outline. In the first box of the outline, you should write the thesis. Students having jobs is a good thing because having a job will make them learn about responsibility, learn how to get and use money, and learn how to be independent. In this thesis, there are 3 parts. First is the subject, students having jobs. Second is the opinion, is a good thing. And third is the reasons why having job is a good thing. Because having a job will make them learn about responsibility, learn how to get and use money, and learn how to be independent. Every one of the 3 reasons here is the sub-main idea, and the 3 reasons are the main idea of the whole essay. Now let's see the sub-main idea and points. Here you can like what you can see, we write the sub-main idea and we write it in the other column, example and evidence. And the next row, you can see there are 3 points and 3 example or evidence. There are 3 points because you should write at least 8 sentences, one topic sentence and 6 points and examples, and the last is the conclusion. Here the first in the first row, and the first some main idea, learn about responsibility, and the points that support it, support the learn about responsibility. First point, you can't leave things undone. You learn that you can't leave things undone when you start doing a job. The evidence for it, have work to be done in time. You have to you have a due time to give in your work. Second point, time importance. Students will learn how important is time. The second evidence here, second evidence is for the second point, you have to get work on time, to get to work in time. The third point, responsibility on your mistakes. If you've done something wrong, you should be punished for it. Like what? As evidence for this point is, when you do something wrong in work, you will be punished if work is done wrong. Here in the second, some main idea, learn how to get and use money. First point to support it, learn how to get money. When you start working, you'll know how hard your parents worked for you to get money and spend it. The evidence for it, he'll be working and he will feel how he will feel it. Second point, it supports some main idea, how to use money. When you start to get money, you'll have very little amount of money, and you won't know, you can't get all of the things that you want. Then you will learn how to use it efficiently, and the evidence for it, you will learn to use little money efficiently. Third point, how to save money. When you start a job, when you start working, you will not get that large amount of money. You'll get a very small amount of money at first, and you will need you will need to get things you want, but you have to save for it. You can't spend all of your money on one item. As the third evidence for the third point, he will need to save to get things he want. Third, some main idea, learn how to be independent. And the points of it, the first point, your own expenses, you paying your own expenses. When you start working, you should pay your own expenses, because now you get your own money, and you have to pay your own expenses. And the evidence for it, you are working, then you should pay for yourself. Second point, wake up alone. You can't make your parents wake up you all of the time. You should learn how to wake up, and the evidence for it, you need to arrive to your job early. Third point, know how to spend money. You should learn. When someone starts a job, he will start working. He will learn how to spend his money, and the evidence for it, you will spend money efficiently. And in this last box, you should write a conclusion, a brief summary of the whole essay, or write a motivation for someone to do something. Like what you can see here, get a job. This is a motivation for students to get a job, or anyone to get to start a to start working. Like what you have seen here, all of my points are very brief. Like when I see one point from it, you should know what you will write, and you will not write the whole paragraph or the whole essay here. You only write brief things to remember what you want to write. To summarize what I have said, step 4 is the outline, is when you organize your thoughts about what you will write in this essay, and particularly in the paragraphs. The outline has 4 elements. First is the main idea or the thesis. Second is some main idea. Third is the points. Fourth is the evidence. Like what you can see here, this is the diagram that you should draw to write the outline. Here is the thesis. Here is the sub main idea, points and evidence. Here is the conclusion, and you should write a brief sentence to make you remember what you want, not write the whole paragraph in it. And this one is a five paragraph essay outline. If you want a 4 paragraph essay, you should remove two rows, the sub main idea and the points and evidence, and it will be a 4 paragraph essay. And if you want to add more, you should add one more sub main idea and one more evidence and points. This is all for the outline. I wish that you have learned anything new. Thanks for watching.